The more you give, the more you get. Ladies and gentlemen, we wonder, why am I not receiving the love, respect, or abundance that I so deeply desire? We often believe that life is all about taking, about accumulating, about holding tightly to what we have. But let me ask you a question today. What if the secret to abundance is not in taking, but in giving? What if your healing begins when you become a source of healing for someone else? What if your happiness is hidden in the act of lighting someone else's smile? Life does not reward the tight fists that clench what little they have. Life opens its arms to those who give not because they have plenty, but because they choose to be generous even in scarcity. The law of the universe does not measure wealth in numbers or gold. It measures your worth in how many hearts you've touched, how many tears you've wiped, and how many hands you've held without expecting anything in return. You see, you don't give to get, you give to grow. And when you grow, you realize the more you give, the more you get. Today, I want to take you through powerful truths that show how giving can transform your life, not just the lives of others. Give kindness and watch the world soften for you. There's a quiet kind of power that comes from choosing kindness in a world that sometimes forgets how to be gentle. When you respond with grace instead of anger, when you choose compassion over pride, you become the reflection of what this world so desperately needs. Kindness isn't weakness. It is the boldest strength to stay soft in a hard world. It is easy to be loud, but it is divine to be gentle when you are hurting. In that choice, you build your own legacy. You don't have to move mountains to be kind. Sometimes, a simple smile, a few words of encouragement, or just sitting with someone in silence is enough. The world doesn't always need grand gestures. What it truly needs is hearts that see beyond appearances, eyes that notice pain behind laughter, and souls that aren't too busy to care. A kind gesture can reach a wound that only compassion can heal. There will be days when your kindness is misunderstood, when your softness is mistaken for foolishness. But never let that stop you. Because what you give, you never really lose. Even if the person walks away, the energy you've put into the universe remains. That vibration of love, that echo of humanity, finds its way back to you, multiplied in mysterious ways. The world responds to the energy you emit, even when you think no one is watching. Sometimes, it's not the words but the presence of a kind soul that saves someone. You may not even realize the impact you made by holding space for someone's tears or simply listening without judgment. The smallest acts of kindness are often the most significant. They ripple through time and hearts long after you've forgotten about them. And when you give kindness freely, without measuring, it starts building a silent empire around your soul. Kindness doesn't always change others, but it always transforms you. It softens the sharp edges life gave you. It melts the bitterness that tries to root itself in your heart. It teaches you that grace is more powerful than resentment and that silence filled with love speaks louder than 100 angry words. In choosing kindness, you give yourself permission to rise above circumstances and become a light in someone's darkness. People may forget what you said and even what you did, but they will never forget how you made them feel. That feeling, that warmth, that softness, that moment of being seen and valued becomes a part of their healing. When you give that kind of kindness, you're not just offering comfort, you're planting seeds of change that might one day blossom into someone's courage or someone's redemption. And in the end, the kindness you gave finds its way back to you in ways you never expected, in peaceful nights, in strangers who suddenly show up when you need help, in the unexplainable blessings that find you in your silence. Give time and discover how valuable you become. Time is the one thing we all have in equal measure, yet it's the one gift we often withhold. Giving time doesn't mean you have too much of it. It means you care enough to pause your own journey to walk a few steps with someone else. In a world obsessed with speed and achievement, the gift of time becomes more sacred than ever. When you sit with someone without checking the clock, you're telling them, you matter more than my to-do list. People remember those who gave them time when the world was rushing past. When you lend your time to a child who's just learning to speak, To an elderly parent who tells the same story again and again, or to a friend who needs a listening ear at midnight, you become more than a person. You become a safe space, a harbor, a memory they will carry when life gets lonely. It's not the quantity of time that matters, it's the quality. You could sit with someone for 5 minutes and make them feel more heard than someone who sat beside them for hours without presence. When you give undistracted, intentional time, you build bridges, repair cracks, and nurture connections that are slowly fading in today's fast-moving world. That time becomes a lifeline. There's a sacredness in being present for someone's joy and pain alike. You don't always need to offer advice or solve problems. Just being there, truly there, is enough. The gift of your time tells someone, you don't have to go through this alone. That's a message that carries more healing than 1,000 solutions. That's the kind of giving that goes deeper than words. And often, the time you give others becomes the very foundation of your own emotional wealth. When you give your time to help, to mentor, to love, to serve, you grow in ways that money can't measure. You start to realize that value isn't in what you accumulate, but in how many people you uplift by simply showing up when no one else does. Time is finite, and that is what makes it so valuable. Every moment you gift someone is a piece of your life you can never reclaim. That's why people feel honored when you choose to spend that precious fragment of your journey with them. And over time, those small pieces you gave away start to return to you as trust, loyalty, respect, and the rare kind of love that's built on consistency, not convenience. The irony of life is that when you give your time to others, you don't lose it. You multiply your meaning, your legacy, and your emotional wealth in ways you never thought possible. Give without expectations and feel true freedom. We are taught to weigh every act. What will I get in return? But there is a purity that emerges when you give without expecting anything back. That kind of giving doesn't leave you bitter, even if it isn't acknowledged. It doesn't count the thank yous or keep score. It gives because that's who you are, not because someone deserves it or will repay you. That's the kind of giving that frees you. When you give with expectation, you attach yourself to outcomes, to responses, to validation. And when those don't come, you feel wounded, disappointed, even betrayed. But when you give just to add light to someone's life, your soul remains unshaken. Because your peace wasn't dependent on their appreciation, it was rooted in your own integrity. Freedom begins the moment you detach from the need to be recognized. It begins when your giving becomes an expression of your essence, not a currency of trade. You don't give love so someone loves you back. You don't offer help so someone owes you later. You give because your heart refuses to sit silently when it can make a difference. That's the quiet kind of nobility that cannot be taken away. There's something deeply liberating in being able to say, I gave you the best of me, and whether you notice or not, I am still proud of who I chose to be. That's a power no one can steal. It allows you to walk away with your dignity intact, knowing you left beauty behind, not because it was deserved, but because you refused to withhold it. When you give without expectations, you are protected from disappointment. You become immune to ingratitude. And you also begin to see how much lighter your soul feels when it's not burdened with entitlement. You are no longer performing for approval. You are simply being true to the kindness that lives inside you. That truth becomes your reward. And often, the universe has its own timing. The seeds you planted without any agenda, they bloom in ways you never saw coming. Sometimes in the form of unexpected help, sometimes in moments of peace that can't be bought, and sometimes in the form of strangers who love you for reasons you'll never understand. That's what happens when you give without needing something back. In that surrender, in that quiet form of giving, you discover the truest kind of peace, the kind that lives within, untouched by the chaos around you. Give love and learn the strength of a soft heart. To love in a world that has disappointed you, that is strength. To continue giving love when your own heart is still healing, that is a power many cannot fathom. Love is not always grand or poetic. Sometimes love is found in remembering someone's pain, in checking in when they go silent, in celebrating their wins like they were your own. These are the acts of love that change lives. The world doesn't need more criticism. It needs more understanding. It doesn't need louder opinions. It needs quieter hearts that care. When you give love freely, without wrapping it in conditions or rules, you offer people a chance to be seen in their rawest form. And being seen like that is one of the most profound forms of healing. Giving love doesn't mean you have to accept mistreatment or lose yourself in others. True love, the kind that gives and grows, is rooted in strength, not sacrifice. It knows when to give space, when to hold tight, and when to let go. And even in letting go, it does so with tenderness. That kind of love doesn't break people, it rebuilds them. Sometimes, the most powerful love is the quiet one, the love that stands by someone through their silence, that holds space when there are no words, that sees beauty even in brokenness. When you give that kind of love, you become a sanctuary in someone's storm. You don't always get it back, but what you build in them remains forever. Love is a language that transcends every wall. It softens the hardest hearts, it finds the loneliest souls, and it brings back those who've forgotten how to feel. When you give love not to be loved, but to be a force of love, you become a beacon in a world that often feels lost in noise. You become someone who doesn't just pass through people's lives, you become a part of their healing. And maybe that's the kind of strength the world needs, more of the courage to love. When it's easier to stay distant, the bravery to be vulnerable, when it's safer to be cold, the strength to say, I still believe in love even after facing heartbreak. When you give love like that, you become more than just a person. You become a reminder that hope still exists. And in doing so, your heart becomes a well that never runs dry, because the more love you pour into the world, the more your soul overflows with meaning. Give hope and witness miracles in broken lives. There are people walking around with invisible wounds, carrying silent battles, smiling just to survive another day. They don't need pity. They need hope. They need to know that someone still believes in them, that their story isn't over, that their pain is not permanent. And when you become that voice of hope in someone's darkness, you give them something far more valuable than advice. You give them the will to try one more time. Hope is not a solution, it's a spark. It doesn't remove the weight of someone's burden, but it whispers that the burden is worth carrying because the destination still exists. When you look into someone's tired eyes and say, you are not alone, you still matter, you might be giving them the first reason to keep breathing. Sometimes, the smallest words of hope plant the deepest seeds of strength. To give hope is to lend someone your faith when they've lost their own. It's to see potential where others only see failure. It's to say, I see you beyond your mistakes. I see the good in you that even you have forgotten. And when you give that kind of vision to someone, you don't just help them survive, you help them start living again. Hope is the quiet rebellion against despair. There are countless souls who never needed someone to fix them. They only needed someone to believe that they could heal. When you give hope, you're not offering a guarantee. You're offering a possibility. And sometimes, that's enough to make someone stand back up after falling too many times. That belief becomes their backbone when their own strength fails them. You don't need to have perfect words or answers to give hope. Sometimes, your presence is enough. Your resilience is enough. Your scars that speak of survival become a testimony that healing is possible. When people see that you walk through fire and still carry light, they begin to believe that maybe, just maybe, they can too. That's what makes hope so contagious. The world is full of noise, but very little nourishment. People don't need more opinions. They need reminders that tomorrow still holds promise, that their current chapter isn't their final one. When you become that messenger of hope, you start to see miracles unfold, not always dramatically, but in tiny sacred shifts. A smile returning to a face, a tear wiped away with dignity, a heart that begins to beat with courage again. And what's beautiful is that the hope you give to others somehow finds its way back into your own soul. It fills the gaps you didn't know were hollow. It becomes the echo that strengthens you when you're the one who needs saving. Because in giving hope to others, You end up restoring it within yourself without even realizing it. In the end, in a world constantly measuring success in numbers, the heart measures it in moments, the kind that leave a mark, the kind that change someone's day, someone's path, or someone's life. And when you begin to give your kindness, your time, your love, your hope, not to impress, but to impact, life gives back in ways you never imagined. Not always in applause or recognition, but in peace that whispers at night, in strength that holds you up in storms, in connections that no currency can buy. You start to realize that you never really gave anything away. You were only sowing seeds in the soil of your own soul. Seeds that bloom in seasons only the heart can understand. When you give from a place of sincerity, you don't just change others, you are transformed. You become softer in a world that hardens, freer in a world that traps, fuller in a world that empties. Every act of giving becomes a mirror reflecting who you are becoming. A giver of grace, a vessel of light, a messenger of something divine. And when life responds to your giving with unexpected blessings, it's not a transaction. It's a sacred exchange. Energy returned for energy offered, healing offered for healing received, love sent, and love magnified. That is the unseen economy of the heart, the invisible reward of the soul that only those who dare to give understand. And so, the next time you feel you are lacking, don't ask what the world can give you. Ask instead what you can still give to the world. Because the more you give, the more you get, not in possessions, but in presence. Not in wealth, but in worth. Not in noise, but in meaning. And if you live with open hands and an open heart, you'll discover that life never takes without returning something even greater. Because in the end, the real abundance isn't what you have, it's what you've shared. And that is the wealth no one can steal.